Laura A. Grace here, the author of Dear Author, Letters from a Bookish Fangirl, Team Lines of Poetry Collection, and I have a little bit of news. So if you follow me on social media, you might have seen yesterday that I have a new book out, and that is Finding God in Anime, a devotional for otakus. It is officially out. And rest assured, you can order the paperback and not have this gray line here. My official, copies have not arrived yet, but yes, this is an anthology, so I have 2 pieces that are featured in here, and it is absolutely so pretty. I just have to share it because, oh my goodness, this devotional is so good. And I have great news that it's free on all platforms: Amazon, iBooks, Nook, and Kobo. So just the ebook only. So if you're interested in snagging a copy, definitely go check out those. I'll have a link down below. And I'm just so excited this is here. Oh my goodness, it is so good. So yes, thanks for letting me share that really exciting news, because I was really looking forward to it, and just, oh my goodness, still just so excited from yesterday's release. But today is Top 5 Wednesday, and we get to share about all of the manga stuff, and I'm really excited because I almost was not going to do this prompt today, because at first I was like, I don't know what to say. And today's prompt, well, first, if you're not familiar with Top 5 Wednesday, Top 5 Wednesday was formed by Lainey back in 2013. The group is now since on Goodreads, and I'll leave a link down below in the description. And basically each week our host Alex does a variety of prompts for Wednesdays, and then on that Wednesday we share books, or in this case manga, that reflect that said prompt. So today's prompt is take a back seat. And so basically this one is about where we have protagonists that sometimes we don't like, or maybe they're awesome, but then there's these side characters that we just get super attached to, and we're like, it'd be so cool if they had their own story. So for this prompt, then we're spotlighting 5 side characters that we feel would make great protagonists in this story world. Now, I'm gonna confess, usually I love my main characters. I'll like side characters quite a bit, but I'm not sure I would want any of these side characters to replace the protagonist, because I love the protagonists of these books, but I would think it'd be really fun to see them as the main character, because they're just very interesting characters to me, and I thought them very fascinating. And so in no certain order, let's go ahead and kick it off with Kimi ni Todoke, but I'm gonna say Chizuru. I love her character so much. She's actually probably one of my favorite characters in Kimi ni Todoke, and this ship right here. So very good. I could read a spin-off of them and be 100% okay with it. I like Sawako, don't get me wrong. I really love her, a lot. But Chizuru, she is just such a fun and funny character, and she just brings such life to on page. And I love how she wants to be a ramen worker. That's what she wants to be when she grows up, and that was what she chose for her job. I just really like that. It was different, and I don't know, I felt like it was just her, and I love how supportive she is, and how she loves sports, how she's very tomboy. She would make a very fun protagonist to read about, and would have so many shenanigans, I have no doubts. For number 2, I'm gonna go with Snow White with the red hair, and I am gonna say Obi, because he stole my heart when I first met him in Snow White with the red hair. But Zen, he is greater, but Obi is amazing, and I would love to see just him as a protagonist. I feel like it would be really interesting, and I would just love to see more of him in this story. And I was glad that he got his own cover, even though I'm not going to deny that I was sort of mad at him in one of the earlier volumes, because don't be trying to steal our main girl's heart here. But anyway, but Obi is such a great character. He's a lot of fun to read about, and I think he would really bring some new kind of shenanigans. I mean, he already brings shenanigans as it is, but he'd bring even more if he was the main protagonist. For number 3, I am going to be sharing a review of this, I believe, next Friday. So not this Friday, but the following Friday, whichever Friday. It's coming up, okay? The review's coming up. But I'm going to say 1 Week Friends, and I'm going to say Kiru. I really ended up liking his character. I did not like him in the beginning, but he's so stoic, and then he's also very blunt and straightforward, but you really don't know what he's thinking. And so I would love for him to be the main protagonist, just so I could see what he's thinking, because he is not necessarily funny, but some of the situations he's in is very funny because he doesn't want to be in that situation. And he very much has the mindset of, I don't want to do it if it's a hassle. I would just love to see what he's thinking. That is why I think it'd be interesting to see him as the main protagonist, because what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking? Besides, I mean, he shares what he is thinking in this manga, for sure, because like I said, he's very blunt, very straightforward, but still, just to see his inner workings, so to speak, would be really cool. For number 4, I forgot to count the other ones, but I'm going to say Library Wars, and I'm going to say this girl right here, Shibazaki. I really like her as Iku's best friend. She is really, really cool. Really, really cool. I haven't read this manga in a long time, but I remember I really liked her. There's just so much more depth to her than just being a pretty face. Plus, she had a ship as well that I was really on board for and would totally love to see more of that ship. But I think it'd be really interesting to see her as the protagonist and how she would handle things. I mean, she has fairly good amount of page time, and she is just a fun character just to read as a side character. But getting more of her, I would love to see, because she is also very smart, and she's not manipulative or anything like that, but she, I feel like, knows how to, I'm not going to say hit people's ticks or their buttons, but she does know, I don't know, she can notice things that sometimes definitely Iku does not notice at all, but she will notice, especially about with Dojo and stuff, though Dojo notices his feelings when it comes to that too. But anyway, I just think she'd be a great character to follow, especially as the main character, and see what she would bring on page, because she's very different than Iku and does not bring that same kind of energy and excitement. She gets excited, obviously, but it's just different. So I think it'd be fun to see her as the protagonist in a story. Even though I think it'd be very, very different. I don't know if I would love it as much as I do with Iku being the main character, but still, yeah. For number 5, I'm so excited to feature this one. This is a new manga that I've slowly been collecting as I go to the bookstore, and that is The Way of the House Husband. Oh yeah, I love this manga. It is so funny. I love the anime, really, really good, and the manga has just been phenomenal. So there's not many other characters besides our main guy here, who I can't remember his name, but he's the Immortal Dragon. But the reason I chose this one is because Masa. Yes, I would love to see Masa. And just your case, if you're not familiar, he is sort of I don't even actually know what he'd be called, but the Immortal Dragon is his boss from the Yakuza. And here he is right here. Let's see if I can get him. That is Masa, and I love Masa. He is absolutely a hoot. When he talks about having to Google things, and then just their conversations are so funny. I would love to see his day-to-day life and what he does, and then trying to copy the Immortal Dragon and have, live up to that. It's just so good. Maybe I explain that horrible and somebody's like, Laura, you totally butchered all of that. But Masa is a very fun character, and I love how he just comes on page. He almost seems very simple-minded, but he's just a fun character, and he always brings humor, and I really like him, and I would just think it'd be fun to see him as a protagonist, though it'd be totally different than what it is now. And that concludes this Top 5 Wednesday with characters I would want to see be the main character just for a short time, not the whole time, because I love the main characters of all of these manga. It's very, very good. Let me know if there are side characters that you would love to see be the protagonist for a day or for the whole manga. I would love to hear from you, friends. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!